If you thought the Boston Marathon had some drama, well, think again, because the 2023 London Marathon was something else. Just to give you a quick glimpse of what you will watch in this video, this stretching on the right and breaking the tape on the left were both in the same race. So make sure to stick around and watch the entire video as I'll go over some of the events that took place in both the men's and women's elite races. Smash that like button and let's get started. First, we'll go over the men's race that had one of the best performances in marathon history. A field which included Panini Sebekele, Amos Kipruto, the defending champion, Mo Farah in his final marathon, Tamarat Tola, the world marathon champ, and the young Kenyan star Kelvin Kiptum. The race conditions for the 2023 London Marathon called for some rain. Like the Boston conditions, both fields would be affected by the conditions on race day, but not for one man. The men's lead pack would contain the favorites to win the race. Their pace throughout the first half would range from 14 minutes and 30 seconds to 14 minutes and 42 seconds through the first 20 kilometers. Let's compare the splits Kelvin Kiptum had to this point to Eliud Kipchoge's world record performance splits. As we know, the first half in the Berlin Marathon was the fastest half marathon split in any race, as Kipchoge went out extremely fast. Eliud Kipchoge's 5K splits through the first 20 kilometers were 14 minutes and 14 seconds, 14 minutes and 9 seconds, 14 minutes and 10 seconds, and 14 minutes and 20 seconds. Kiptum in the men's elite field split times of 14 minutes and 30 seconds, 14 minutes and 42 seconds, 14 minutes and 39 seconds, and 14 minutes and 40 seconds. A lead pack of 8 men hit the halfway point in London in a time of 1 hour, 1 minute and 40 seconds. Bekele was 6 seconds behind the lead group. The pack would slowly drop down to just 5 men by the time they got to the 30K mark. At this point, the last rabbit finished his pacing duties and Kelvin Kiptum would take off to what I think is one of the greatest marathon finishes in history by negative splitting to a blistering pace while everyone else was running positive splits. Splits from 25K to 40K would see a significant drop in pace even with the rainy conditions. Now comparing Kipchoge to Kiptum, we can see that they both had almost identical splits when hitting the 25K and 30K marks in the race. Kipchoge split 14 minutes and 23 seconds and 14 minutes and 32 seconds. Kiptum split 14 minutes and 22 seconds and 14 minutes and 30 seconds. Now, as we all witnessed Kipchoge slow down in the second half of the Berlin Marathon world record performance because of the blistering pace set in the first half, Kelvin Kiptum did the exact opposite. The pace that he would inject into the race from 30K to 35K was just ridiculous. 13 minutes and 49 seconds was the split. That just blows my mind considering he's in the later stages of a marathon and capable of dropping that kind of pace that late in the race all by himself. Some people can't even run that fast in a single 5K race, and this man just did it at the end of a marathon. He would follow that with almost another sub 14 minute 5K by splitting 14 minutes and 1 second from 35 to 40K. Comparing his splits to Kipchoge, who was gradually slowing down at this point when he split 14 minutes and 30 seconds and 14 minutes and 43 seconds. The time at 40K was 1 hour, 54 minutes and 53 seconds for Eliud Kipchoge, and 1 hour, 55 minutes and 13 seconds for Kelvin Kiptum. The final 2.2 kilometers of the race had everyone on the edge of their seats as they watched what could possibly be a very close attempt to Kipchoge's world record.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone?
Kelvin Kiptum was able to close extremely hard as his effort has now become the fastest half marathon split in any marathon in history, 59 minutes and 45 seconds. This young man has dominated both marathons he has competed in, and both times have been sub 2:02. Kelvin Kiptum wins the 2023 London Marathon in a time of 2 hours, 1 minute and 25 seconds to become the second fastest in history, missing the world record by just 16 seconds. The course record of 2 hours, 2 minutes and 37 seconds held by Eliud Kipchoge was just demolished. Let's transition over to the women's elite race. Sifan Hassan lined up to make her marathon debut. Bridget Koskar is the marathon world record holder. Bedis Cheptegei, the Olympic marathon champion. Yalamsurf Yahula, the defending champion who had not lost a race in her marathon career heading into London. The women's field would be paced throughout the beginning miles for a 2:17 marathon. Sifan Hassan would aggravate her upper left leg while completing a 20K workout. She would forget to get the area taped up, and this would come back to hurt her early on in this race. But not as much as the hamstring injury Bridget Koskar was suffering from, as she would have to drop out of the race within the first kilometer. The world record holder was now out of the race. This meant one less person was fighting for the London title. Through the first 11 miles in the women's race, the pacers had the women right on the 2:17 marathon pace. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Sifan Hassan would have to make 2 stops to briefly attempt to stretch it out at mile 12. She got back into the race and was now chasing the lead group. At the halfway point, the leaders were split 68 minutes and 29 seconds, while Hassan split 11 seconds slower in her attempt to rejoin the group. Even though she was able to keep pushing herself through the pain, her gap to the pack had stretched out to 28 seconds. Hassan did not quit, as she would catch the leaders by 30K, but Bedis Cheptegei put in a surge that would break the lead pack. However, that surge was not enough to run away with the title like Kiptum did in the men's race, as the women's race would have 5 ladies all competing against one another with just 3 miles to go. The next challenge that almost took Sifan Hassan out of the race would come at the last bottle station. She was not able to practice fueling during her training leading up to the London Marathon because of Ramadan, so at the very last second, she realized that the bottles were on the right, and she took a 90-degree turn to get her bottle. The lead motorcycle almost took her out, but Hassan was fortunate to not be hit and was able to get her bottle. The women's pace was gradually slowing down, which was great for Hassan, because this way she could store up as much energy as possible to unleash a kick against her competitors. Miles 25 and 26 were covered in 5 minutes and 39 seconds and 5 minutes and 56 seconds. The women entered the final stretch of the race, and Hassan was in 3rd place going into the final turn. As soon as the finish line was in sight, Sifan Hassan was gone. She was in disbelief that she was the one crossing the line first, as she has so many obstacles to overcome in this race. This must go down as one of the most iconic marathon performances in history, as she wins the 2023 London Marathon in her debut. She is possibly the most versatile women's distance runner this world has ever seen. From her 1 minute and 56 second personal best in the 800 to now her personal best of 2 hours, 18 minutes and 33 seconds in the marathon. When she decides to hang up her spikes and her road running shoes, will Sifan Hassan go down as the greatest female distance runner in history? I don't know about you, but the London Marathon is probably going down as the best race of 2023, and we are only in April. As always, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.